all you wonderful people. I am at Grayson Lake today. It's a beautiful day. It is April the 4th, early spring day. A little windy. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Not super crowded. I'm at the main boat ramp and there's a $5 launch fee here. That kind of deters some people. They want to go to Bruin or someplace where it's free. But anyway, I'm excited to be here. This will be my first, I guess what I would consider real fishing expedition today. I've been trout fishing once, which is a lot of trolling, and I enjoy that, but I'm ready to get to real fishing now. So I am excited to be here, and we're gonna get out. Got the trolling motor figured out. Everything's ready to go. So come on with me, let's see what I catch. I had a couple issues my first time out in 2026. One of them was my trolling motor, didn't work. So I was convinced they had done something to it at the dealership because they worked on they added a helix, and I thought, well, for sure they had done something to mess up my trolling motor, but you know what? It was operator error, not on those guys. And here's the thing: if you have a tracker, this is the plug for your trolling motor, and it goes right in here. And you can see it's a different kind of plug. It kind of screws in. So I think what happened when they worked on it, this got turned a little bit, and as you can see now, there's a silver mark on there that says insert. So this plug needs to be up and down like that when you plug it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then it locks in, and the insert is at the top. I did not know that. No one ever told me that. And I guess before, the way the plug was, it just automatically was like that. Now it's a little bit off, but no big deal. Went to the dealership, they fixed it, good as new. The other thing, well, they didn't fix it, they just showed me. Now the other thing is, I noticed my aerator and live well wasn't working toward the end of the day on my first trip out. What I found out is, as you can see right there, you see this right here? This screen, well, that's the live well water feed, and that was supposed to have been put on by the dealership. So what I had was just this open area there which could suck in everything, and it had sucked in a bunch of leaves, and there were leaves clogged all the way up to the aerator and back. So the fella got me one of these. It simply screws on. It's a very simple thing. So if you get a new tracker, you want to make sure that they add this aerator and live well screen to it, and that should take care of any problems I have as far as live well goes. Now that screws off, put that back on there. That's not gonna stay on. All right, great. Well, anyway, make sure you have one of these screens, because if you don't, you got a great chance of getting leaves or some other debris sucked up into your aerator or into your live well, and it's going to make your day not that much fun. Thanks for watching. Now let's get to fishing. So you want to know what it's like in wind and rough water? Well, this is the day for it. I'm going to run for a little while. I haven't got to run the motor really this year, so I'm going to run it for a bit, see what happens, and then we'll start fishing. Time to shed the shoes. right, I'm ready to go. Got everything working, and I'm going to throw, I know it's amazing, but I'm going to go ahead and throw just a little, almost 3-inch keitech. It's one of the fat swing keitechs. It's not the skinny, and it's got a chartreuse head on it. So I'm going to throw down this bank right here and just see what happens. Whew, fingers crossed. It's been a effort just to get out here, but that's all right. I don't know how big it is. It's big enough. I think I'll get the net out. I don't need the net for that guy. Cool. Well, there you go. First bass of the year. Let's see here. Oh, crap. Sitting on my net. Yeah, he's probably a 10-incher, 12-inch. No, he's not 12. I guess I could measure him, really. I kind of thought this might be the bait today, and I may throw it all day. I don't know. Yeah, he's not. He's probably 11 inches. Let's see real quick. Yeah, he's a little bit over 10. So, all right, that's a start. We'll let him go, and we'll try to throw a few more here. Got line over my head. My trolling motor's taking me to the bank. Crap. All right, let's get back to fishing here. Kind of thought this might be a good bank. Not a skunk. Got the Trove on drift mode. It's trying to get me all straightened out again on drift. Very windy today, so it's going to be a challenge. Whew. Anyway, let's see what happens here. It's a little guy, but hey, that's another one in the boat. All right, dude. Cool. About the same size, a little, maybe a shade bigger, but I kind of felt like this would be a good one to try. First off, I'll try other stuff, maybe. Yeah, he's about another 10-incher. These are the ones they want you to keep, but I'll be honest, I didn't bring a cooler, and I don't want to eat them. I got nowhere to take them, so it is what it is. All right, fishing the boat. You know, I'm throwing this keitech on a jig again, which is probably mine. Between that and a yum dinger red bug wacky worm is my two favorite baits. But you got to understand something. When I first, you know, no one taught me how to fish. I mean, I was a little kid. I remember my first fish I ever caught was a little bluegill at Myrtle Beach. I tell you, boat wake makes it difficult to stand. And anyway, I was 6 years old. I caught a little bluegill, probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches. I got so excited, I fell off a wall. My dad had to drag me out of the pond, and I have literally been hooked ever since. And my dad would take me fishing, but he wasn't a fisherman. He would just take me, and basically he drank coffee and watched me fish. He really didn't care. We had a little John boat. He'd take me out in that. When I was, I guess, in my 20s, lived in Frankfort, and Elkhorn Creek is part of the area around Frankfort. So I would go fish for smallmouth in Elkhorn Creek. Loved it. And I threw a lot of twisty tail jigs. So basically just a lead head jig and a twisty tail. And so that's one of the reasons why I have so much confidence in this keitech, is it's basically the same bait. But one of the things I've noticed as I've watched my videos, and yes, I do watch my videos, just trying to figure stuff out, is that I would a lot of times get a bite when I pause the bait. In other words, I let it fall. And so I realized when I was fishing for smallmouth in the creek, it was always a consistent, steady reel, because you're reeling with the current. But with these lake fish, and I guess, you know, when you pause that bait, a lot of times it drops a little bit, and it's just that little bit of difference that makes them hit. So this year I've realized, or one of the things I want to do this year is do more of what I'm doing now, is just kind of reel and then pause, reel and then pause, and see if I don't catch some bigger fish. You know, I don't know, but it makes sense. And I've caught 2 today, so doing basically is that very thing. So anyway, just a little bit of background about me and why I have confidence and what I have confidence in. But right now, I just want to catch a few fish. Casting, not trolling, like I've been doing the last few times I've been out. So thanks for listening, and let's just keep fishing. All right, there's another one. Nothing big. And that might actually be, it is the first green sunfish of the year. These things are voracious eaters. All right, Bubby, let him go and let's keep fishing. Nope. Shoot. They're fiddling with the trolling motor and had a bass on. Not a very big one, but he was a bass. I had a lot to learn on this trolling motor, that's for sure. Well, if you wonder how spot lock does in 20-mile-an-hour plus gusts of wind, pretty darn good. I can't imagine trying to be out in my kayak right now. It would be frustrating as, oh, get out. Oh, there's one right there. Cool. That's a little better. Nothing to write home about, but not too bad. All right, buddy. There he is. Nothing big enough to really put the measuring board up to. That's another 10 and a half incher. All right, buddy. Cool. Let's keep trying this. Around this little point here, it drops off into from like 2 or 3 feet down to about 4 or 5 feet, and then you got a point out here too where it's got some drop off. And I figured they'd be here kind of because of the warm sun. The water here is almost 68 degrees, and in the deeper water it's about 66 degrees, so just a little bit warmer on this shallow sandy flat. And I thought there might be a few holding in here, and nothing big yet, but they were. Let's keep trying. Oh, one just jumped right there. All right. Oh, I know one hit it right there too. Oh, that's cool. Well, if you want to know why you want spot lock, right here's why you want spot lock. I'm in 10 to 20-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, and it's kept me right here, pretty much right on this point. I need to get out a little bit, but it's holding me right here. Now, if you didn't have spot lock, you'd have been gone a long time ago, because you could have stayed here. Man. And I've got a bass. All of that and I've got a bass. Oh yeah, it's the best one of the day. God. Well, he's still probably not even 12 inches. Let's see. He is about 11. Lord have mercy. Man, fighting the wind and well, basically the wind. I'm in tight corners. It's hard to fish. I can't hardly cast this thing because the way the boat keeps positioning itself. So I finally got a cast off. Let's try it again. There's one. Yeah, all about the same size, which is one of the problems with this lake. They're all about the same size. Yeah, but back to the keitech. I've tried a couple things. I did catch one on that jig. Tell you, I'm struggling in the wind. I struggle in the wind with my kayak, and I'm struggling with this thing. I think I'm learning, well, that you want, there we go. All right, bub. There he goes. I may want the foot pedal whenever it's windy, and then I can use the remote whenever it's not. I'm still trying to figure this out. There's one. That might be a little better one. It's fighting a little better. Yeah, it's a little better. We'll net this one. Oh, daggone it. That was a little better. That was probably about 12 inches. Come out of there. Oh, man. Come off there. Shoot. Ha! Put me on that tree. Oh, well. He wasn't very big. Oh, there's one. Nothing big, but another one. Yeah. Oh. Like all the other ones. There's healthy bass. Just not super big. Right on top of his mouth. He wasn't going anywhere. All right, nothing huge, but another, 10, 11 incher. And I'm not unhappy. All righty, caught a fish. Thought I'd give this point a try real quick. Well, this is where these rods don't work here, because I cannot cast with these rods here. Well, not with my bait caster anyway. I need to wind up and throw it, and I can't do it. So, all right, there's the downside to that, at least for me anyway. I think I've got a fish on there. I do. Yeah, it's the best one of the day. Oh, crap. Gosh dang it. Well, I need to set my drag tighter. That would have been the best one of the day. All right, I can cast now. I've got myself positioned correctly. Oh, I've already got a fish on there. Yeah, he took off already, so it's little. He took off running with that thing. That's a better one. Pretty sure that is a... Oh, that's a nice crappie. Holy cow. There you go. Oh, maybe I need to hit... Alright, I may have to keep these. Oh, nice. That's the second crappie I've had come up at this. That's a nice crappie. I'm going to turn the live well on for a little bit. If I catch several of these, that's a nice, probably 10-inch crappie. That's the second one I've had follow in. Well, one followed and one hit. So, all right, let's get this thing turned on back here. See what happens. I can always let him go if it doesn't work. That's nice. Ooh. Let's see how big he is. He's about 10 inches, I think. Yeah, he's 10 and a half. All right, buddy. turned on. I'll go back around. And let's just see. Copy hole, or we just found one copy? Oh, got off. Oh, man. Shoot. Oh, that's a good hit. Let's see. Ouch. This is not huge. Let's see how big he is. I don't think he's big enough. Put him back. Yeah, he's too little. And of course my line's wrapped around the tip of my rod. Gee, man, Christmas. All right. I may have to keep him tack on, dude. There we go. Yeah, he's too little. Let's throw him out of here. All right, let's try for another one. Oh, there's a thump. That's a fish. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he's not big enough either. All right, well, I found some small crappie. I snagged my 1/8 ounce, so I went to I have a 1/16 ounce of those tungsten. Yeah, he's too little. And so I put that on, so I'm actually fishing with a lighter jig head, which lets it probably have better action, quite honestly. And a little more of a slender profile on the bait. It's a easy shiner keitech, not the fat bodied. Well, they're sitting back in there. There's another one. They're sitting right in there. Oh my goodness. Just not quite big enough. How fun is that? And he's just a little dude. All right, buddy. Oh, there's a bump. There's one right there. That might be a little better. Let us see. Yeah, that's a better one. All right, there's two. Now let's see, that might be about 9 inches. 9's not too bad. All right, let's see here. he's flopping. All right, dude. Quit. Yeah, he's 9. I'll keep a 9. 9's about my limit, or bare minimum. Cool. All right, let's try for some more. I found where they are anyway. There's another one. That might be a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. All right. Get me a little mess of crappie here. See how big he is. I think he's about another 9. Let's see. Yep. He is right at 9. All right. That's kind of my cutoff. There's 9 inches. I prefer 10, but 9's all right. You can see how tight this boat is. There's one of the drawbacks. There's not a lot of room to move around on here, but that's all right. We're working it out. I may regret this, but I'm gonna let these guys go. It's one nice thing about having an air or live well. Like I said, this guy is decent. These two are just barely quote unquote decent. You know, 9 inches just isn't that much meat. So it's their lucky day. If I'd have caught some more of the 11-inch variety or 10-inch variety, I'd have kept them all, but we're gonna let these guys go. Have a good day. Go make some babies, get bigger, whatever. Well, there's the air live well. Take this out. Let that drain out. All right. There they go on the down imaging. Ha, that's pretty funny. Went under the boat. There you go. Going back over where they were. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up. Those crappie kind of made the evening very fun. God, if they just been another inch bigger, an inch or two, you know, I would have kept those and that would have been great. But 2 9-inchers and one, I think that one was 11. I may be wrong. It's just not, they're just not big enough. So anyway, time to let them go. I'll hopefully catch some more this year. If not, I've caught some crappie. So it was a fun day. God, you know, I forget about early spring and the wind. It was a struggle today. This big long cord right here, that's my side image and down image cord. That thing is actually hitting the propeller sometimes. So I've got to figure out how to better keep that away from the propeller when it all gets stretched out. He told me I have to be careful because when it goes on spot lock, it could actually break that cable. So that's why there's so much, I guess, slack in the line. But I got to figure that out, you know. And I really didn't get to play much with my helix today. I did get the contrast set better. But I just wanted to fish. I haven't really gotten to fish till, I mean, actually sit and cast and fish since last year just about. So I really just wanted to fish today. So we'll work some more on the boat stuff, which will be fun. I do have that new camera angle back there. I wonder how that's going to do. It seems to be wobbly, and the hard part is the frickin' boat, because of the wind, kept turning on me. So I really couldn't use it as much as I wanted to, but we'll see how it looks. And I guess other than that, it's been a fun day. I was glad to be out here. It is 7:30, so I've got about an hour before dark. And we do have weather moving in, so I'm gonna head back to the boat ramp. And I have to throw a few more times over here where the crappie were, just see if I can catch a couple more. But overall, a great day. And if you like this kind of content, I am getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at last time I looked, 945. So almost 950. If you would, subscribe to the channel. If you like this kind of content, it would greatly be appreciated. I don't do it for that reason, but I'm so close now. I'm already over the 4,000 view hours. So I'll make a little bit of money, probably tens and tens of dollars, or maybe dollars and dollars. I don't know how much you make. But it would be cool to make a little money while I'm doing this. So if you wouldn't mind, subscribe to the channel. And hopefully you'll enjoy the content. I'll have a lot more to come, so I'll just say thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Another bass. Just trying to fish my way in, and I figured these sandy banks where they've been warmed by the sun would be pretty popular. Not a big guy, but looks like that might be pregnant. No, it's largemouth. All right, there we go. Another one in the boat. Let's keep on going. There you go, a little white bass, or it's a white bass. Well, there you go. How about that? I guess that's a little hybrid. Yeah, it's got the broken, but it's got the 3 stripes. I don't know, but it's something else. Well, cool deal. I'm catching all kinds of fish today. 3 species day. Woo!